Alright guys, my name's Little Chef. Welcome back to an episode of the Subscriber Dynasty. We're in the off-season, preseason stage. We just went through the Coach Carousel. Nobody swapped schools, surprisingly. I figured at least one person would. Nope. Most everybody wanted to stay, and that was it. Pretty simple. We went through the players leaving, transfer requests, all that. We are in the recruiting stage now. I'm going to show you what I did for mine, and this is typically something I don't do because I like to try to get as much as possible, and we're gonna show you that. All right, taking a look at the recruiting, I put all 15,000 on Mathis. And there is one particular reason. He's 6 foot, 171, 4-star recruit, 96 speed, 95 acceleration. His agility is trash at 74, but he's got good man coverage, good zone, decent press, good play recognition. His hit power's up there. Man, he's gonna be good. The reason why I didn't put it on some of these other guys, we got a JUCO. I mean, recruiting other than that has been pretty good this year. We're pretty stout for what we have got. We got a couple of quarterbacks, a couple of playmakers. So I think I want Mathis that bad. He is that huge for us. I mean, Lance Anderson's not bad. He's a juke, I think a junior. His press is really good, but I don't know, man. I'm just hoping nobody else goes after him. Same thing with Brandon Moore, and maybe he'll commit to us. Like we just can't. I want Mathis that bad, and we only have a 1,000-point lead. So Georgia, even if they put all the points on him, they still can't get him. Like, it's not possible. Nobody was really going after Anderson. Nobody's really going after Moore. So I'm hoping they'll auto-commit because I've authorized scholarships to all these people. So if we can get these three, we'll be okay. Mathis is my go-to guy. All right, just got done with the advance, and sadly I didn't get the other guys I wanted. We got Mathis, though. That was the huge dude we needed. And we got Whitaker at linebacker. Everybody else went somewhere else that we don't really care about. He was not our team. So we don't want you. If you don't want to complain for us, get out of here. Let's go take a look at signing day, see where everybody ended up recruiting-wise, like ranking, as well as what their recruits look like. For people that aren't able to log in and check it, we'll do it for them. All right, taking a look at the top of the board, UCF #1. He's got some pretty good guys. He even was screenshotting a couple of them. So I think these two dudes are going to be real good next year anyways. He's got some studs, that's for dang sure. He's got a lot of receivers and a lot of corners. I don't know. His athletes will probably be multi-versatile. I mean, that's what an athlete is. They'll play multiple positions. Missouri at #2 coming in. He's got one athlete, one 5-star recruit. It looks like he improved his defense, defensive ends, defensive tackles, linebackers, safeties. So definitely improved his defense across the board. I don't know why there's the 2 stars on there. I highly doubt he recruited them. Well, that's not the Italian. Never mind. That's the other dynasty. That's Brian Gators. Rutgers comes in at #3 with a couple of 5 stars. I mean, he got 3 5 stars. A wide receiver, middle linebacker, and halfback. Got defensive ends. He increased his defense as well. I mean, look at that. Linebackers, corners, safeties, defensive tackles. It's all the way across the board, man. USF coming in at #8. He's got a couple of linebackers. Man, everybody went for defense. Holy crap. Except for UCF. He's so far the one mostly offense. Linebackers, defensive linemen, corners, just across the board. Improving his defense, especially the middle of the defense. Cincinnati coming in at #13. And he went mostly defense as well. A couple of offense. I mean, most of his top guys are offense, but he's got 3 defensive tackles, 7, 8, 9. Bam. They're supposed to be real good defensive end. So he just reloaded his entire defensive end position. He got 4 guys. He got a starter this year and a backup. He's sitting pretty good. Oklahoma State comes in at 15 with a lot of offense. There we go. Athletes could be, it's usually a corner or a wide receiver. Maybe you get a halfback in there. Maybe you get a quarterback, but usually corner, wide receiver. Judging on that size, I'm going to say wide receiver. I'm going to say corner. I'm going to say running back. So I'm going to say he improved his offense for the most part. Defense was later on. The 2-star guys, but the impact players are going to be on offense for sure. And then we come in at #20. Didn't have a great recruiting class, but I'm extremely happy with it, man. I mean, we got our 4-star corner, our quarterback of the future. I mean, we're definitely improved our team. Got a couple of receivers. Just defense for us was a huge factor because that's what we were lacking. We have a young team, or we had a young team, but we had a lot of people leaving that are impact players. So we needed to get people to come in and replace them as soon as possible. Kentucky comes in at #25. They got defensive end. He went more defense as well. I mean, offensive line, tackle, two centers, but defensive tackle, defensive end, outside linebacker. So he went more defense as well. That's a big thing with everybody this year was defense, man. Oregon State comes in at 32. He went more offense. I mean, he's got a couple of big playmakers on the defensive side. But to me, well, actually, more defense. Well, yet again, it's like the story of this year. Apparently, there's a lot of defensive players. Maybe I didn't see them all, or everybody else had already got them. But I didn't push super hard defense. I got a couple playmakers, but it wasn't a big deal. Texas Tech got some wide receivers. He went offense. There we go. I mean, bottom down here, these 1-stars, we'll say secondary or defense. But for the most part, to me, it looks like he improved his offense quite a bit. Virginia comes in at 40. Same thing. Defense, man, got a lot of corners, a couple of linebackers, defensive line. So a lot of help on the defense side of the ball. Florida Atlantic comes in at 104, and same thing. It's like outside linebackers and corners. That's been the big thing everybody got this year. I have a hard time recruiting linebackers, man. I don't see how they got like 4 to 5 each, but they did, and I think that'll pretty much round this out there for everybody's classes overall. I mean, I think that was a pretty good class for everybody. Now, a lot of help defensively for everybody. It's going to be interesting to see how these teams play out the next couple of years when these recruits finally start getting the field. I mean, the ones that don't instantly start, when they start getting on the field. The next stage we're going to show is training results. Then after that, it's going to be preseason. So we don't show cut players. We don't show any of that. But training results will be next. And then we're into the next season, baby. Be right back. All right, so here we are, training results. Anxious to see what my guys did, let alone everybody else, because we always roll through all the other teams. So we got Williams and McCray. Williams for sure the starter. I mean, I don't think he's going to be. McCray's probably going to be the starter yet again, even though he's 1 point overall less. He's got better acceleration, better agility, better speed. Robertson going to be the speedy guy downfield. Singleton as well. So we definitely improved our team. Got about 10 people in the 90s happy about that. And we're definitely an improved team overall. I mean, we're just getting better and better. Every dynasty I'm a part of is getting better. The only issue is I have 0 punters. I mean, it shows punters, but a trick I learned from the Italian, you move people you're going to cut over to punter, and then you just get rid of them all there instead of trying to pick and choose who you want to get rid of. Man, it's like, I know who I'm going to get rid of, freaking get gone. So that's what I do. But the only issue is I have 0 punters this year, and with the positions full, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a walk-on. So my kicker is probably going to be my punter this year. Punter's going to be high priority. I'm pretty sure my kicker is also going to be high priority because we need somebody to do something with the ball that involves actually kicking it with their foot. So we got to make some kind of adjustments there. FAU, I think that was my old team, right? Pretty sure. I don't remember. I don't remember if it was this one or the other series. Dang it. Dang it. I mean, those guys look familiar, but I'm pretty sure it was the other series. And this one should be USF because Pride Leader took that team over. He done better things than I could ever do with that team. So more power to him. We are on to Kentucky. Kentucky, so far, we had the best overall team, at least as far as 90s overall. Now, best team, I doubt that. But as far as 90s, we got that locked up. I know we don't have that many 80s, so the Italian looking pretty good over at Kentucky. He said he recruited really well. Got a lot of freshmen coming in. He's going to do some work. Oh, now you're going to start moving people to kicker instead of punter because I took your idea, huh? I see how it is. Missouri, there we go. Missouri, a 98 overall corner. Ouch. That going to be good. Where's the junior at? Where's the sophomore's at 87 tight end? Zeesh. He's going to be good, man. But I'll go ahead and record this for the guys that can't get on and look at it because we only give it like a 30-minute window. To log in and check it. Some people got work, like they got their lives going on, man. They can't be sitting around waiting for me to advance. So that's why I record it. That's why I show it in the video for the people that don't know. But I run through it pretty quick. I don't go across the board. I don't do anything like that. Just because I want to show the overall for the people that are interested to see how much their guys went up. And I go about 10 people at a time. So quarterback's at the top. Now strong safety. So strong safety goes to the top. Like I just, it's the easiest way for me to do it, man. It goes pretty quick. I used to fast forward through this part, but I think it would make it a little bit more complicated if it was fast forward, dude. No joke. Plus me talking that long or that short, it'd be hard to figure out what to talk about. So I'm trying to talk about the teams as much as I can as we're going through it. But sometimes you don't have that option. Rutgers looking pretty good too. He's got, look at that, 95 overall halfback, sophomore, siege, sophomore. Dude, Rutgers is going to be a stacked team next year. I mean, he's a pretty good team this year, but he's going to be even better next year. The sophomores in the mid-90s already. Holy crap, dude. That's just showing your dominance over there in the Big Ten. No doubt about that. Texas Tech also looking pretty good. He joined a little late last year, so I'm anxious to see what he could do. Pretty sure it's this last year. Yeah. I'm anxious to see what he could do for a full season with his team. as well as recruiting wise and all that. So that's what we're shooting for. That's what we're hoping for. I do need to double check. I'm pretty sure that there is no glitch, but we'll see. Our UCF, the guy that won the national title this last year, he's got some pretty good players as well. Looking at his list of people, you know, he's anxious to get the season rolling. Man, he's probably the most like active guy in trying to push people to get games done faster, man. I mean, I'll push a little bit, but I'm like, yo, dude, you get a week. I'm like, we're in no big hurry. But if there's like 1 or 2 people playing, it's like, yo, get your games again, man. We got like 2 games, so just help us out a little bit. Yeah, Lee, man, I'm telling you, probably Leader doing some work over there at USF. He took over that team. He's just making it even better. There's no doubt about that. Don't want y'all to think that I'm like, yo, I built that team up for him. He just inherited it. Nah, dog. the team was built up, but he's doing better things than I could have with that team, just because he's a better player than I am. I'll admit that. Like, a lot of the guys in the Dynasty are better players than I am, and I know that they could take advantage of the situations that they're in. So he's definitely in that position where he's got a drive over game that he wants, man. Donner Squad, a lot of people don't want to play him because he is like unbeatable, minus like a year ago whenever he lost like 2 games, which was weird. But that's the first time, and the entire time he's been in this dynasty he's lost. Like, it was a big deal, and then he lost twice. So it was a huge deal. But like I've said before, you only play people. You only get better by playing people better than you. You don't get better by playing people weaker than you. I mean, same level, yeah, I could see that, but you get better by playing people better than you. And that's in anything, man, regardless of what it is. You only get better by surrounding yourself with people better than you. At least that's in my opinion, because it forces you to be better, forces you to be greater, and forces you to new heights. And that's what I like about having him in. Like, it sucks because it's almost a foregone conclusion that he's going to win it every year, but you can only get better by playing the best. And he's the best on Xbox Live. #1 rated player on Xbox Live, no doubt. And we are done with training results. Next stage will be preseason. I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. We're ready to get into the season rolling. We'll be right back. All right, here we go. Preseason year 5, 6, 7. I'm not 100% on what year we are. At least off the top of my head, but 2016, so at least year 4. We're 13 to 14, 14, 15, 15, 16. 16, 17, yeah. So year 4, I got it. I count. I can do math. So we are in the preseason part. Recruiting board set up. Not going to showcase that yet because it's way too early in the season. The video that went up, this will go up like a week ahead. So we're 1 week ahead. Don't want to showcase anything too early. But I will show you my Redshirt players. We are in a world of hurt in a lot of positions, man. We're looking good in a lot of positions. But other than that, we're hurting pretty good. We got 2 juniors, so they're going to start. The freshmen are going to sit out this year. They'll sit out next year. As freshmen until sophomore year, they'll be able to play. Should be good there. Running back wise, we got 2 seniors, and then we redshirt Atkins just because I think he's a transfer, not transfer. He's one guy we recruited, but he's slow compared to McCray and Williams. McCray's actually getting the start this year. Same thing with the fullback. Now I'm leaving Robinson unredshirt because we got 3 seniors, so we're gonna have 4 next year. So we need to recruit a wide receiver, which we are going to. But we got a ton of speed. I need his speed, dude. I need his speed on the field big time. So we're not going to redshirt him. Same thing. Our tight ends were good, which is kind of crazy. This is where we're hurting crazy bad, dude. Offensive line. We have 64. We're redshirt a junior so we can have somebody next year on the offensive line. I mean, that computer added us this 46 overall center. I mean, the right guards play in pretty much every position as backup. Like, no joke. We have nobody on the offensive line. We have a horrible offensive line. If anybody gets injured, we're done for. Plain and simple. Same thing for part of the defense. I mean, my ends, we're luckily you got a freshman that's pretty good, but we have the backups to seal the deal on the other side. Added us another walk-on 48, dude. I'm not going to use you. So we also need defensive tackles this year. Linebackers are horrible, just bad, dude. We got freshmen starting across the board. All 3 freshmen starting like that. We're hurting in the middle of the field. Same thing, secondary. We got 2 upperclassmen. One of the guys we recruited, the junior, couldn't afford to redshirt him, so I have him on the field as well. It's just these 2 guys are going to be great for us, man. Next year going to be real good. Math is probably going to start all 4 years because we can't afford to not have him play. That's the way it goes. Free safety added us. I don't know why we need 3 free safety and 3 strong safety. Like, that makes no sense to me, but we do because they added it for both sides. I went ahead and redshirt Dahl. It was weird. Like, I was looking at it online. It said he had quarterback stats. I'm like, he's a true freshman. Has he have quarterback stats? He was just busted. is broken a little bit. I went ahead and redshirt Jackson because he's a sophomore. I'll probably move him over to punter because the only downside about moving everybody to the punting position, if you're not paying attention, is I had no punter. So whenever it came to the point where we'd get a walk-on, it didn't happen. So this guy was like actually another position last year. That's why his speed's so good. And he's a horrible punter. So I have no punter this year. So there you go. My kicker is doing all the work, all the kicking across the board. We'll look at depth chart and everything next episode, week 1. I did this on purpose because this was recorded the weekend or the week before Christmas. So next week, week 1 will be like, essentially we did preseason until Monday. What was it? The 19th or 18th. It was one of those days. And then this is Thursday right now, Thursday the 21st. We're advancing. Then we're going to advance again into week 2 on the 26th. That way nobody has to worry about playing a game over the holiday break. No big deal, no worries. So everybody's got a bye week 1. I try to get as many of the user matchups as possible that were requested. If not, I had to make it work. So some people got 4 games, some people have 3 games, but everybody has at least 3 user matchups. I mean, not everybody out of conference, but some people in conference. It's just the way it goes. UCF wanted to play me again, so bam, our first game of the year, we're playing each other. That's the first loss of the season. Oklahoma State, he's beat me like the last 5 times we played. That's another loss of the season. Oregon State, haven't got a chance to play him, so hopefully we can get that game in because that's going to be for the Pac-12. And I gave myself Virginia week 13 because you know me, I like the spoilers at the end of the year. That could potentially be a spoiler at the end of the year for myself or for Virginia, either one. Cincinnati, gave him Oregon State. He didn't really request anything. Like none of these guys did, so you know, he had 2 people in conference. And I had to schedule user matchups, man. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Florida Atlantic, gave him NATO. Brian Gators requested it, and Texas Tech. Because the hard part is the back end of the season, man. Some of the schedules, like week 2 is booked, and some of them like week 7 through week 15 is booked. So I actually have a spreadsheet that one of the guys gave to me a long time ago, man. It's probably like 4 or 5 seasons ago, in game. He sent it over to me because he was helping me out, and I've used it ever since. It is outrageous how much that is helpful. The Italian also plays UCF. He wanted that game, so I made it happen. And then Oklahoma State also requested that game. And then Missouri, of course. He doesn't play LSU, and hopefully LSU's not glitched. If they are, I can't do anything about it because I guess they'll find out in the conference championship. Brian Gators, Oregon State, Florida Atlantic, and then Kentucky in conference. Oklahoma State starts off with USF, and I think that was a requested matchup. Now, he doesn't get a game in the first 2 weeks. That's just because of the way the schedules fell. I couldn't schedule him a game week 2, and everybody else's matchups work out pretty good. But he's got a pretty rough schedule, man. Pride of Leader is no joke. Myself and then the Italian plus Texas Tech, Redshirt Power is an offensive powerhouse too. So they're both very offensive minded. Same thing with USF. So those games are probably going to be high scoring. I want to know what happens in those games. Oregon State, Cincinnati, and Missouri. And then myself in conference. And then I gave him Rutgers as well. Rutgers is the only guy in the Big Ten. Kind of makes it a little hard to schedule opponents. So he's gotten a bye week the first 2 weeks as well. Those are the only 2 people that have bye weeks the first 2. Virginia, Texas Tech, and then Oregon State. Texas Tech, like look, week 2 and week 3 are booked, so that's why I couldn't schedule games then. So he's got 3 years in a row, bam, 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 like straight up, and then end of the season at week 14 for Oklahoma State. So he's got a little bit of a rough schedule, but I think he can handle it. UCF wanted a lot of user games. I gave him as many as I could with everybody else's schedule. So myself, the Italian, Cincinnati, and then USF in the rivalry game. That should be a nice schedule for him. I know he's happy about it. USF. See, he got like 3 out of conference games, but he still has 3 in-conference user or 2 in-conference user matchups. So it's just one of those situations where it just worked that way. I gave him West Virginia again because that was his old team 2 years ago before he jumped to USF. So I always like this. I like to play my old teams as long as it's not a user like USF because he's gonna beat the crap out of me again. But I always like to play my old team just to kind of showcase what I had or how the computer plays them. Virginia got Florida Atlantic, Rutgers, and then myself towards the end of the season. So schedule's looking pretty good, man. No neutral site games because nobody's playing week 1. Like I said, that was done on purpose just to go ahead and get that universal bye week out of the way. Recruiting, that's pretty much all we're going to do. And there's nothing else to do because you can't see if anybody's putting their points on, if you're losing ground or not. So it's like a wasted week. So we're just going to waste it all together. Let people get over with quickly, bam, and then focus on family time over the holidays. So that's where we're going to sit. So we're going to advance it into week 1. Now, we're not going to do anything else. We're going to leave all week 1 stuff for the next video, because we're going to look at preseason All-Americans, conference outlooks, where everybody's starting the season at, and if they're not ranked type situation. So we're going to save that all for the next episode. I know these guys are ready for it. I know I'm ready for it. I know y'all are ready for it. But that's going to be it for this one. I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys are new, be sure to subscribe. If you'd like to, be sure to leave a like. My name is Little Chef, and I will see y'all next time.